Future. Nobody has seen it, but definitely we all can imagine it. To know the future of our own self, probably we should go to a fortune teller, but hey, they are not accurate, right? But if you want to know the future of technology, then you need to know where to go. Experts. All things in the future will happen because of all the things which are happening today. What are the things happening today? What is the trend? Which is the trend which will convert into the tradition of tomorrow? Which will favor you to make a huge fortune in the biotech sector? Hey everybody, today we are here with a special webinar. And you know the name. The name is Biotech Careers of the Future. Not of today, future. How should you strategize for the future so that you don't become a misfit, rather you become not just employable, but you become a senior scientist or a CEO of a biotech company? What the future has in store, today we will know in this special webinar. And you know who has joined me? Well, a legend himself. You're going to meet him today. His name is Dr. H.S. Subramanya. He's the Dean of Biosciences at Chanakya University. And prior to that, he has worked at several levels in industry, academia, and today he's here to give back to the society through this webinar. He has worked at the best of the industries, and he has also done his PhD from IISc Bangalore. Now, he has also been director at IBAB, and now he heads the Biosciences department as a dean at Chanakya University, and he will also be joined by Dr. Priyadarshan, a very good old friend of mine, a very old Biotecnika subscriber, and last week we met him, and a very hospitable person, very knowledgeable person, and that's when I invited him personally for this webinar. Now, as you know, the biotech sector is evolving. What was $10 billion 10 years ago is now grown to 160 billion. By 2030, it's going to explode to 300 plus billions of dollars. That means a plethora of opportunities are going to open up for each one of you. Now, you keep listening to me, right? So don't just listen to me, listen to the experts who will chalk out a plan to help you build your career of the future. So are you ready? Let me know in the comment section, chat section, and I would like to invite both our speakers online now. Hi, sir. Good evening, Dr. H.S. Subramanya, and
Hello,
Dr.
good evening.
Thank you so much for spending out time today for us. So, as you know, time is less and a lot to talk about the future. So, I would invite Subramaniam sir to share his thoughts, and then we'll start with Dr. Priyadarshan sir's talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shekhar, for this invitation, and good evening to all the audience. I will talk about some aspects of the evolution of biotech industry and where it's heading, and what's the
Right.
future careers look like.
Right.
You know, biotech is a sort of a very vast area, probably touching every walk of life. Now, as you can imagine, from pharma and healthcare to agriculture and environment to food and all sorts of areas biotech industries touches.
Right.
So as a consequence, there is going to be a huge opportunity for people with biotechnology skills. However, as it is happening in all the different areas, technology is really developing very rapidly. Whether it is experimental technologies in terms of equipments that can collect or generate data very, very precisely, or whether it is the speed or efficiency with which data can be generated, or the resolution, or with time resolved fashion, the data and equipment are really evolving very rapidly. Of course, on the other hand, the computational techniques and computational infrastructure is also really developing extremely rapidly, as you may be aware of the developments in artificial intelligence, machine learning kind of areas. So those tools are also applicable in every area, including biotechnology. So this rapid development in technology in terms of equipments and experiments on one side, and also the rapid development in computing tools and infrastructure that's available on the other hand, are going to really have disruptive effect in the areas of biotechnology and how it's going to look like in future. Biotechnology is definitely going to have a very disruptive effect and going to be a major driver of economy in future. As Suman was mentioning, it's really a rapidly growing area. So to cater to the evolving, um, you know, technology and computing needs, what is really required is you need to have the adequate skills in that area to find, establish yourself in the biotechnology area. So if you take a few examples of where the biotechnology industry is headed, take pharma, for example. Artificial intelligence is going to really modify the way drugs are going to be discovered. Application of AI in various aspects of pharma industry, starting from lead generation or understanding the biology behind the disease to the way we analyze the pharmacology, toxicology, etc., are going to have a huge impact. So, pharma is going to be really, you know, a future job if you have skills in all these
I think we've lost the connection. Sir, if you can hear me, I think the audio is not coming. Okay. All right. So we'll just wait for Sir to join back. In the meanwhile, guys, feel free to start asking your questions right there. This talk is really valuable, so we'll try to get back, Sir, as soon as possible. In the meantime, Dr. Priyadarshan, sir, if you would like to add a few pointers while, yeah, your mic is muted, sir.
Hi, Shekhar.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving the platform. Yeah, sometime we met. Thank you again once again.
Yeah.
Very warm welcome to all the audience.
Thank you.
Priyadarshan, I'm an assistant professor at Chanakya University School of Biosciences. Well, I do agree with a lot of things Mr. Dr. Professor Subramanya mentioned throughout his talk till the time we could hear it. Certainly, biotech is the next revolution that is actually happening. And when I'll start presenting, probably I will be able to support my statement with some figures that will allow you to kind of have faith in why we feel biotech industry will, be the field of future. And we are actually a part of that revolution as it is happening. Here, there are a lot of areas: computational biology, pharmacology, healthcare, biomedical sectors, even academic research, industrial research. A lot of areas, policy governing guidelines. All these areas have actually tremendous opportunities that are awaiting you. And as Professor Subramanya rightly pointed out, having the skills at the right time is perhaps the most important. You may have a skill which is probably going to come up 100 years down the line. Probably that skill is not useful. Yeah, of course, you are wiser, but it may not be able to support in the ongoing process. Whereas if you have a skill that is relevant for today and probably for the coming 5 to 10 years, then you are able to share space.
Right.
Subramanya sir has joined us.
Yeah, he has joined us. So, sir, please continue.
Okay, so I'll continue where I left.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
healthcare in the medical areas is another huge change which you are going to see. I envision that probably the way we are having the hospital systems, you go to the hospital and get treatment, is going to change. I think a lot of things are going to happen in a different way, including the medicine that you are taking will be much more personalized, and possibly a lot of things can be monitored from home, and and the way you are treating or going to the hospital and the treatment is happening to you are going to change. And also, there are a lot of therapeutic areas which I feel that are going to see a dramatic change. As an example, you take, organ transplants. Now you really wait for, organ to be transplanted in a queue, and you don't know whether you will find a matching donor or cadaver. You don't know how it's happening. But in future, I'm pretty sure that the things will change in a way that probably there is going to be more synthetic organs developed from your own cells, and therefore there is no issue of matching and there is no waiting in queue. Those are the things that are definitely going to change. Gene therapy is in its nascent stages now. A lot of clinical trials are happening in different areas in gene therapy. That's going to change. I'm pretty sure that a lot of diseases would be treated using gene therapy. Similarly, biologics will have a huge impact on the way we are giving. Other areas like biomanufacturing, if you look at it, it is dramatically growing again. A lot of chemicals or valuable products are going to be developed using biotechnology means, that is through the biomanufacturing techniques. Several other industries like chemical industries, for example, would depend more and more on biocatalysis, green chemistry. They are going to be the future way of chemical synthesis. Agriculture and food supply, I'm pretty sure you're all aware of various development that are happening, newer and newer types of crops which are more disease resistant, which are more drought resistant, all those going to come up. More and more more and more environmentally friendly products such as biodegradable plastics and biodegradable products and energy, which is much more dependent on biological processes, probably biofuels and so on and so forth. But to get into all these areas, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have the right skills. It's not enough if you now say that, I can clone a gene or I can do an assay. Those are the jobs which are probably going to be more and more automated, and you don't really require human manpower to do such kind of things. You would probably require skills which are like, if you are capable of editing a genome using the latest genome editing technologies, including CRISPR-Cas9 kind of tools. So those are the jobs which are going to be the future jobs, where you are enabled or you are capable or having skills in editing a genome or editing pathways and so on and so forth. Will you be able to alter the genome of either a cell or a microorganism in a way either it can be used for treatment or it can be used to develop products, that is synthetic biology or cell engineering kind of areas. They are the ones which are going to drive. In addition, you need to also have a little multidisciplinary skills. You need to really have some knowledge of bioinformatics and computation, even if you are really in the experimental areas such as genome editing or something like that. So I think it's very important that you need to have multidisciplinary knowledge and the high-end skills in the areas such as genome editing or analysis of pathways or modifying the organisms, cell, or biomaterial production. These are the areas that are going to dominate in future. It's also required that you need to be able to apply the latest technologies, including the artificial intelligence or machine learning, to biological data. The way we are analyzing the genome sequence or protein sequence or structures, and so other data that is generated, whether it is in agriculture, whether it's in environment, in other areas like that. You need to be capable of using those tools to the biological data and come up with newer hypotheses and newer ways of looking at the biological systems. Those are the jobs of future. So I think biotechnology, as I said, is rapidly evolving, and certainly there is a huge opportunity for biotechnologists, provided you have adequate skills to handle the future requirements and you have the skills for the future experiments. So that's what is where the biotech industry is really heading. I think at Chanakya University, as Priyadarshan is going to present in a minute, we are focusing on particularly these areas. Of course, you need to have a core domain knowledge, be it in biochemistry, molecular cell biology, or immunology, microbiology, and so on, so forth areas. But that's not really sufficient. You need to have the latest knowledge in each of these areas, as I said, in genome editing or latest assay technologies, and so on and so forth. You also need to really have a creative or innovative thinking mindset, which will only come when you get involved in real life projects. So we are focusing on real life research projects as a consequence. In addition, to be successful in any career, I would believe that your personality also plays an important role. Therefore, you also need to develop a holistic personality where you are able to work in a team, able to manage a team, able to lead a team, communicate effectively, present effectively. Those are also going to be extremely important. So we are giving education at Chanakya University in all those pillars: the core domain knowledge, the latest skills, the critical thinking through research projects, and also the holistic development in terms of other aspects, as I mentioned, communication, leadership, and so on, uh, for to make you a holistic person or a well-rounded person in all these areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really insightful, revolutionary thoughts. So I would like to now invite Dr. Priyadarshan sir to start his presentation. And Subramanyam sir, I will request you to be there till the end when we take the Q&A for everyone. I hope that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Priyadarshan sir, please continue your talk. Over to you.
Yeah. Is the slide visible?
Yes, it is visible.
How about my pointer right now?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. Um, Thank you once again, Shekhar, for giving us this platform to share our thoughts on what kind of career prospects exist in biotechnology and how it is going to be in the future. Let's quickly dive into this thing. So I think many of these things have already been summarized, but we'll look at hard numbers to kind of trust or emphasize the points that that have been shared so far. Biotechnology is actually driving this is the biotech revolution, is the 21st century is of biotech revolution. We've had IT revolution or digital revolution in 20th centuries. So the future is definitely going to be biotechnology. Here I've put some areas: biopharmaceuticals, therapeutics, healthcare, GMOs, food biotechnology, synthetic biotechnology. I mean, it's very hard to summarize in a small space, but believe me, it's far more diverse than this. And so clearly, we have to have a lot of emphasis on how do you evolve skills to be part of this biotech revolution. How do I say there is biotech revolution? Actually, there are signs of it in the past 4 or 5 years. You have seen Nobel Prizes being offered to cutting edge areas, actually. CRISPR, which Professor Subramanya briefly mentioned about genome editing. We all have had our vaccines during COVID period. mRNA vaccine was one of the most talked about topic at that point of time, awarded during 2023. And the most recent was, again, in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning, where we were able to predict protein structures and design or come up with proteins structures just from, giving as minimal information as possible. So these are signs of areas that are going to shape the future. And each one of them have the potential to, really revolutionize the medicine, be it synthetic biology, be able to do a lot of bioinformatics and so on. These are some of the most prestigious or most illustrious examples in this field. Now, if you look at the landscape in India, I mean, this is coming from the India Bioeconomy Report 2024, which was given by BIRAC, which is a DBT organization. You see that a large portion of it is clustered around the west coast of India, particularly in Maharashtra and Karnataka. A lot of them are actually concentrated in this region. And a significant section in the north, particularly areas around Delhi and Uttar Pradesh, and again in Chennai and other areas of Tamil Nadu, and some areas in Telangana are the chief contributors of this area of biotechnology. So these are the various firms. Anything related to biotechnology has been mapped onto India. Trying to tell that there are these are a lot of places where you can seek jobs. And how is it growing? So if you see the market, as Shekhar was mentioning, it has touched 165 billion dollars. The jump was very significant. If you see from 2020 to 2024, it's almost doubled. And this is not, I mean, this has been because there is a significant jump in the number of startups as well. In 2023, we have reached almost the growth by 8,531. And currently it is contributing to about 4.25% of the national GDP, projected to touch 300 billion by 2030. Now, this sector is projected to reach 35,000 plus startups by 2030, which will create, please note this, 35 million jobs as per the report, which means a significant number of graduates, postgraduates that come out in biotechnology will find jobs in many of these areas, particularly in the regions that I previously showed on the Indian map. Where do the government project these? We can majorly group them into 4 areas. They call it the bioindustry, where we have biofuels, biochemicals, bioplastics, biogas, enzymatic applications like rDNA technology to develop new biosynthetic processes, etc. Biopharma, perhaps this is more, we appreciate it a lot. We have pharmaceuticals, medical devices, diagnostics, lab-grown organoids, something about personalized medicine, which Professor Subramanya is talking about. Gene editing, precision medicine, cancer immunotherapy are all grouped under this. In bioagri sector, we have genetically modified organisms where crop resilience, drought resistance, disease resistance, these all can be grouped under this. And bio IT, which also includes the research component, is mainly bioinformatics, biotech software, bioeducation, research, drug discovery, data management are the areas that come up. As you can see, a significant percentage of it is covered by bioindustry and biopharma as of today. Slowly catching up is bioagri and bio IT, and there will be a significant push in this direction, which means that these are the areas that perhaps are going to be the most important areas of the future. Of course, this will require a concomitant support from these areas as well. These have to support, we are grouping them, but please do remember that they're all interconnected in some level, right? And, which comes down, how do you group them as different career options? Bioinformatics, you can have bioanalysts, data scientists, computational biologists. You can do both academic as well as industrial areas in areas like genomics, machine learning, big data analytics, transcriptomics, cheminformatics, etc. So we talked about bioagri. Here we can talk about food safety, biofertilizers, crop engineering, bioremediation, renewable energy as various areas. Here you can talk about various jobs as a biotechnologist in various sectors like agricultural, environmental, food. Even carbon management analysis can be a key importance here. In healthcare sector, you can talk about drug discoveries, clinical research organizations, diagnostics, biomanufacturing, precision medicine, computational drug design. Here you can, catch up roles like clinical research associates, biomanufacturing specialists, drug designers, data scientists, etc. Research and development, perhaps this is the most sought after jobs. But please do remember the others are as important as this. Academic and government research institutions where you can join as a research scientist and so on in various areas, genomics, proteomics, synthetic biology, structural biology, etc., where you can become specialists or scientists or tutors, etc. Even lab managers, grant managers, etc. come under this. Biotechnology entrepreneurship, a lot of startups, I just showed you the graph, a lot of startups that are coming up. We can have product development, business consultations, etc. While we do all these, when we introduce GMOs, there will be policy matters that comes into picture. So you will have people who need to maintain compliance with regulatory bodies, how you maintain intellectual properties, what are the biosafety protocols, various roles like patent analysts, policy analysts, biosafety officers, regulatory affairs. These are very important as far as safety, biosafety is concerned, and intellectual rights are concerned. We have education in the academia where teaching, training, curriculum development as a lecturer or a subject matter expert or a content writer can come in. There is a lot of traction for science communication where people write popular science articles and so on and so forth. That also comes under these areas. You can have another exciting area is forensics and emerging technologies where you can do forensic analysis, for instance, being a forensic scientist. Something that we see in many of the many of the films that come up. You may have seen forensic experts coming in picture. In addition, CRISPR synthetic biology, metagenomics, all these areas can be covered. So these are various potential career options based on what our understanding is of how we look at the economy growing forward. Now, I'd like to conclude this part of the talk by quoting Bill Gates. He says, AI will replace most jobs. And certainly jobs which are involving a lot of creativity are never going to be replaced, according to him. And certainly these are areas which involve biology, particularly biotechnology. It is very popularly advertised in many national and international news portals, as I'm showing one clip here. So moving to this next section of the topic, I want to showcase we at Chanakya University, the School of Biosciences, how we are planning to cater to this growing market where there are a lot of opportunities for you to catch up. The school as a whole is one of the most important aspect is it is funded by Dr. Kiran Majumdar Shaw, and it is as a state-of-the-art research facility supported by Fair Philanthropy Foundation. We have many internationally trained faculty members which are engaged in advanced research. They have enormous experience in conducting research. There is a key focus on cutting-edge research in thematic and emerging areas of biosciences. And as I said, to cater to the market, we have come up with an academic curriculum which has been in consultation with many academic and industry experts to meet the market demands. We also would like to support innovative and disruptive solutions to incubate through incubation of startups in the coming time. And it was inaugurated very recent, almost a year ago now, by Dr. Kiran Majumdar Shaw. We are currently about 20 people in strength, including students. And these are the faculty who have vast areas of experience. Many are working in the fields of infection biology, antimicrobial resistance, computational biology, disease biology. There are people who are working in sustainable solutions in areas, people who are working in biomaterials and tissue engineering kind of jobs. And there are other faculty who are soon going to join who are experts in chemical biology or cell and disease biology. So this is showcasing the state-of-the-art laboratory that we have. It is fully equipped with a lot of equipments, like all the way from small equipments like pH meters, weighing balances, to all the way to large centrifuges, reverse transcript, qPCR equipments, plate readers, HPLCs, FPLCs, fermenters, etc. And these are all available for students to use, not as a demo experiment that we would like to conduct it. We also have a very strong computational facility. We currently have 2 servers at our place. Both are GPU-based servers and very powerful to do a lot of computational sciences and data analysis. The School of Biosciences has is advised by a scientific advisory board, where illustrious people are members of this advisory board who guide us and advise us on various matters of the school. Professor Subramanya himself is a key member of this board. In addition, we have Dr. Shekhar, who was a former DGCSAR, Professor Ramaswamy, who is at Purdue University, Rishikesh Pandey, Dr. Abhigyan Satyam, Anurag Mairal, Virupin Chaturvedi are all important members of this advisory board who have helped us and advised us in various matters, including curriculum. We also encourage a lot of student activities. We conduct workshops for students. We invite people for delivering scientific lectures. We also send our students to attend various conferences. In our endeavor to propagate a scientific fervor in the students, so that they are aware of how different people conduct themselves in this field, right? Finally, the programs offered at the School of Biosciences are BSc Biotechnology, BTech Biotechnology and Bioengineering, MSc Biotechnology and Bioinformatics. We also offer Ph.D. in Biosciences, along with student internships. Across the various programs that we offer, many of these have already been summarized by Professor Subramanya. The core subjects with experiential learning is one of the key aspects, where we focus on training you with research projects, multiple research projects. You have advanced topics like AI/ML, omic analysis, gene editing, and so on and so forth. In addition to this, another interesting aspect that we do is we offer minors and electives, which allow diversification of learning. Typically, these minors and electives can come from different departments. Like, for example, you can take a minor in law department. Being a university, it perfectly allows us to have an interdisciplinary environment. So let's say you take up law. So you are now having expertise in law as well as biotechnology. Can you combine it to come up with the jobs that I talked about, like regulatory affairs, IP, etc.? Or you do a course in bioentrepreneurship and look up areas like startups, setting up startups, doing your own business in biology, and various other opportunities will come up when you combine the interdisciplinarity of an environment such as a university. And you are allowed to carry out multiple research projects, individual research projects in the university at various stages of the semester, various semesters during the program. And this is all supported by state-of-the-art infrastructure and experienced faculty with wide industry and academic connect. Thank you very much for all your time. Please do reach out to us at these email or the phone numbers that I mentioned for more information. Please do visit Chanakya University as and when you have time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Priyadarshan sir. Really loved your talk. Always come up with something. And, especially now that Bill Gates has the biotech sector, and he has invested also in the biotech sector.
Absolutely.
So the time has come that our students, bioprofessionals, pursue this career with a lot of passion. Now the floor is open for questions. I would request all our audience to post their questions and try to come up with answers as soon as possible for all of them. So I'll display the questions for all of them. Okay. So first question is from he says, being a PCB student, should I choose bioinformatics? Over to the panelist. Your mic is... Yeah, please go ahead.
So, I think there is nothing like you cannot do bioinformatics being a PCB student. So, doing bioinformatics components wise, you need some level of mathematics and computer programming, which we actually offer you from the beginning, from bridging courses. Even if you have done mathematics at class 10 level, our bridging course will take you to the level of mathematics that is needed for bioinformatics. So definitely, yes, PCB students can do it, but you will have to take some bridge courses in mathematics that we ourselves offer.
Right. So I hope that answers your question, Irfan. You have a lot of bridge courses which will help you. So as a PCB student, you can always pursue bioinformatics. Moving ahead, the next question is from Anil. He says, can a MSc Biotech student do bioinformatics?
Again, my answer is very similar to the previous answer. Yes, you can do bioinformatics, absolutely no issue. but you will
Okay.
have to learn a little bit of mathematics and programming. We offer
Right.
the courses, and you will have to take them and then build on that.
Right. I hope that answers your question. Next one is from Rishwant. Very interesting question. I'm interested in aging research. What should I do? Over to the expert.
So certainly, aging is one of the very interesting areas. As you are aware, what's happening is the mortality age is really going up with all the advancements in medicine and healthcare that is happening now. Consequently, you are having more and more aged population, which they suffer from, age-related conditions. So addressing them is a very important medical need. So it's a very interesting area in that sense. There's nothing very special you need to do in the sense that, the basic biology is not going to change. Basic biology remains the same. Of course, you have to address the age-related issues, and maybe some of the areas like stem cell research and regenerative biology are the ones which are going to really contribute. So, as Priyadarshan was mentioning, what we do in our courses is we offer you quite a number of elective courses to specialize in any particular area of interest in biology. Aging is one of the areas, like stem cell biology is one of the areas that we teach as an elective course. If you're really interested in aging research, you can choose those electives that will support you to continue in the aging research.
Right. I hope that answers your questions, Rishwant. So the next question is from Deepthi Reddy. Again, very nice question. What specialization I should do to secure a good future in biotechnology?
Did summarize some of these areas previously. Priyadarshan has also shown you some of the slides. There are many specializations that are possible. As I
Right.
said, if you are really interested in, let us say, areas like, synthetic biology or genome editing, of course, you need to specialize skills in those kind of areas. If you want to become a good computational biologist or a bioinformatics person, it's better you need to have some specialization in application of AI, ML, and those kind of techniques. So
Right.
I think multiple specializations are possible. Again, the elective courses in Chanakya University are designed in such a way that either you can specialize in core biotechnology areas such as agri-biotech, marine biotech, or bioprospecting, and so on and so forth. You can also specialize in computational areas. We have courses on AI, ML, advanced programming courses, and so on and so forth. And there are other areas such as earlier, as I mentioned, aging research and specific disease areas like cancer biology or something like that. So all these areas are dependent on your interest.
Right. Right. So the next one is actually not a question, but a compliment for you, sir. From Neha, she says, "Thank you, H.S. Subramanyam, sir, for teaching us biochemistry in such an amazing way at NPTL." So you have students all across the world, and they are appreciating a lot. So that's a great thing. Thank you so much, sir. Next question, which we have, is bachelor's degree in pharmacy and MBA of life science and medtech. I'm currently looking for future technologies that are going to be in demand. So kindly recommend me the right one. Over to the panelist.
Bachelor's degree in pharmacy and master's in business management of life science and medtech. Currently looking for data to be secondary. So the question is about asking which is better, pharmacy or master's in business management and medtech, or
No, his question is what more he should learn to be in demand in the future.
so we did talk about many of these areas earlier. Again, I recommend that you need to really specialize in some of the topics. For example, you have said masters in business management. See, one of the courses we offer in Chanakya University is a biotechnology major and an entrepreneurship minor. So those are the kind of courses which are very useful if you want to really do continue in business management and along with some bio domain kind of knowledge. So there is nothing like one future technology I can really mention that you need to be focusing on that. All these areas to me looks like very important areas. You develop appropriate skills in these areas that are relevant for future.
Right, right. So next question which we have is right from Hollywood. Spider-Man is asking, is PhD worth it if one wants to enter into the industry, or PhD abroad is more valuable to transition into industry?
So this is a very interesting question. Often we keep debating. Many students will come with such kind of questions. I will
Right,
answer it in different parts to you. If you are only looking at from the perspective of learning, that means science we do in labs. I
right,
think PhD in India is as good, provided you do it in an appropriate place. The places like IISc or some of the IITs or NCBS are as good places compared to any other place in the world. Therefore, science that being done in these places is as good. But if you really look from the perspective of brand value, of course, if you do it from Harvard or MIT or Stanford, certainly it will add a special brand value and probably getting jobs are much more easier. But coming to industry question, industry cares more about your skills. If you have the right skills, if you have the right skills that the industry is requiring and you possess those skills and demonstrate it, it doesn't matter from exactly where you do. As I said, it will only add a brand value if you are doing it from abroad.
right. So it's all about the brand value, nothing more, nothing less. Right. Next question we have is from Deepthi Reddy. MTech Biotech or MSc or MBA Biotech, which is best after BSc?
MBA Biotech, is anybody offering a MBA Biotech?
There's hardly one university in Pune which provides that.
No, that's the one which is offering sort of MBA Biotech.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. So again, it's not so much in the degrees, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
MTech Biotech or MSc or MBA Biotech, you do it from the right place and try to acquire the high-end skills and try to develop some analytical, critical thinking capabilities, then any of these things will work for you. Of course, there are special courses like MBA Biotech where we may be focusing far more on management jobs in biotech industries. Sure, in those cases, MBA biotech may be appropriate, but again, you have to really see the quality of these courses rather than just the name of the courses.
Right. Okay. So that answers your question, Deepthi. Moving forward, I would also like to recommend our audience do whatever course, but do it from Chanakya University because that's the place to be in. The real stalwarts of the industry who has experience of industry and expertise of academia, and who are here not just to earn money but to give you back, and is funded by herself, Dr. Kiran Majumdar Shaw. What are you waiting for? Chanakya University is the right destination for all of you. Moving forward, next question we have is from Shreya. Can I join DRDO after BTech Biotechnology? What do you?
Now I will leave it to Priyadarshan to answer some of the questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Priyadarshan.
Over to you, Priyadarshan, sir.
See, entering into BTech biotechnology course is a mix of both biology as well as engineering subjects. It really depends on the skills that you acquire, as it has been reiterated so many times, the right skills. And if you're suited to anything that is offered at DRDO, of course you can join, and there is nothing stopping it.
Right.
But specific jobs, as I said, from the questions that have come up so far, one common observation that I'm making is people need to identify what they really want to do and acquire the skills for that, the right set of skills for that, in an in-depth knowledge about that subject, and then try to approach rather than this B.Tech biotechnology, M.Tech biotechnology, or something like that. Acquire the right set of skills. That is more important. Yeah, that is
Right.
what I think.
So we have an interesting question coming in from Shruti. She says that she's doing B.Tech biotechnology and she's confused about the future. She wants to take up a job as soon as possible. So what should be her strategy?
Currently, I'm doing B.Tech biotechnology. So much confused what to do in future. Please suggest some things. I want job as soon as possible because of some problem in my. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that you have some problems. I can understand the situation. I think you should continue to apply for job opportunities and try to acquire skills. As I said, do courses that will offer you skills and then move forward as you grow along. If you want job immediately, please do apply to various positions, and based on the skill set you have, you can join at different places. You can even BTech, you can jump into PhD. You can also join different firms and probably do acquire some skills along the way, and then improve your CV in that sense so that you have more job opportunities. I think that is what I can suggest. If
Right.
Subramanya has anything else to add.
Yeah, no, I agree with what Pradarshan is saying. If you want immediate job immediately after your BTech biotechnology, I hope you still have sufficient time left out. You can definitely try to acquire some of these skills, even by courses offered online mode, or you can do some of the internship or projects during your semester breaks, or during, if the semester allows you to do some research projects and so on and so forth. Try to get the appropriate skills in the area that you are really looking for. Some of the areas which are really very useful immediately for you would be that you can consider sort of the jobs which are in bio IT kind of sectors, where you can acquire some of those skills very quickly. Um, be it in some level of programming, particularly if you are good in mathematics and statistics, those are the areas which can offer you jobs very quickly.
Right. Right.
Even as a data analyst in clinical research organizations also you can.
Yes. Yes. Next question is again from Spider-Man. He is asking, is industrial experience more valuable than PhD? I'm curious to know, Spider-Man, what's your full name? Because it's really exciting to know that the Spider-Man is interested in biotech. Yeah, over to you.
Spider silk is one of the areas of a lot of
Yeah,
business.
yeah. Yes. So, coming to the question, industrial experience versus is more valuable than PhD? What should I prefer?
No, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really compare just like that. Of course, industry experience has its own advantages. Certainly, it is far more focused. Probably, you will learn the skills that are needed by the industry. From that perspective, certainly it is. But what happens when you go to a real job market? For example, you are looking to become an independent faculty in some good place, then PhD becomes a necessity for you rather than um, whether you have experience or not. So some of the jobs would require PhDs, and therefore PhD becomes very important. And if you're only looking at acquiring some of the skills which are relevant to the industry, sure, industrial experience may be sufficient. It may not be required. You also consider from another perspective in terms of the growth of career in any place. If you want to really get into leadership roles, and if you want to get into decision making roles, then some of the things like PhD becomes very valuable.
Right. So PhD is a necessary evil if in case you want to grow in your career, you can't avoid that Spider-Man, but keep doing your research on spider silk. Okay. So next question we have is from the mystery of temples. Can we know what are the skills necessary? Let's reveal this mystery of temples. Over to the panelists.
So I can start by saying, so as I've shown you the growth in the bioeconomy report, India bioeconomy report, they have really nicely grouped it into mainly 4 categories. So each of these areas will require specific set of skills, and that is the direction in which it is heading. Certainly, computational biology is one very strongly upcoming area, which means artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analysis, statistical analysis. All these are going to be very valuable skills. Then you have areas of medicine where you're talking about personalized medicine. When you talk about personalized medicine, again, you're talking about areas such as CRISPR, for instance, which is going to be coming up in a very big way. Actually, gene therapy is in its very nascent stages. Somewhere down the line, probably that will become, just like any normal medicine that you take. It is going to be something like that. I don't know how far or how soon it is going to happen, but it is definitely. Then there are areas like, for example, talk about sustainable solutions. Can you produce green solutions to all chemicals that you produce, rather than
Mhm.
polluting your rivers, environment, and everything? Can you come up with biological solutions? So this requires a lot of skills in synthetic biology. you know uh, so these are very critical areas uh, which have diverse skills that you need to acquire, and all of them can complement very nicely with each other.
Right, right. So we would now look at if we're looking at Chanakya University. Are these skills a part of the curriculum which you have?
Certainly. So I think Professor Subramanya has already summarized in the presentation. Also, I think I briefly mentioned. Uh,
Right,
so our philosophy of designing the course has been that while we provide you core basic knowledge, which is very important, without that it cannot go forward. And at the same time, we are covering advanced topics.
mm-hmm.
This is coupled with experiential learning at the hands-on learning, so that you do research projects, so that you can
Right,
apply whatever you have learned so far, so you can do it
right,
yourselves. So acquiring skills, that is the best way to demonstrate whether you have acquired the right set of skills. I mean, the skills
right,
whatever been taught to you, have you acquired it properly? So you know where to focus, where not to focus. For instance, in the course of time, you will also know what you would like and what you don't like, for instance. And in addition to this, there are abilities for diversifying your portfolio by acquiring minors and electives from other departments of the university. So
Oh
in a
wow.
way, and then you have university courses which are going to make you grow as a person. Communication, is
Mm-hmm.
communication your forte or not? Even, I mean, can the courses help you to come up as a person who can communicate very right, I mean, very properly across his points, whatever he wants to convey, he or she wants to convey.
No,
so
this problem
uh,
I see.
so this
People
will be
don't.
like a holistic
Yeah.
development of the student will happen, where
Mm-hmm.
fundamental knowledge is there, advanced knowledge is there, how to combine whatever you learn to into research project is there, and then you can diversify it. At the same time,
Wonderful.
you develop your personality
Right.
as well.
Right. I'll tell you my problem. So whenever I recruit students for, I mean, bioprofessionals for companies, we do that placement and recruit for various companies and clients. So one problem we face is they are good with what they know, but they're very good with communicating about it. So, okay, they might have hands-on, but they can't communicate that they know and how things are done. Or so
Correct.
companies don't prefer such candidates, and I see that it's getting addressed with Chanakya's curriculum. So that's big hats off to the team Chanakya. All right, so now we have our next question coming in from Mr. Gray, saying that I will pursue BSc Biotechnology from Amity University. Will I get a job after BSc? I think we cannot comment about Amity University, but one thing I have personally seen about Chanakya University is they have a dedicated placement cell, so you don't have to worry about it. And I'm sure you guys will be able to add more. Please go ahead.
So will I get
Yeah,
a
yeah.
job? Yeah,
Yeah,
please,
go ahead.
please,
Go ahead.
please
Go ahead.
continue,
Go
sir.
ahead. So suddenly, I mean, as Shekhar was mentioning, we can't comment on the MIT University program per se, uh, but while you may be able to get some jobs even after BSc, I would always encourage you, if you can acquire some additional sort of skills and additional sort of talents by at least going up to a postgraduate level. while you may be able to get a job, the growth will become an issue if you don't really have adequate skills.
Right. So getting a job should not be a goal. Growth should be a goal. I keep telling our subscribers that getting a job is easier. Surviving for the first year is very difficult, because if you don't have the right skills, you lose it. So yeah, Gray, Mr. Gray, I hope that answers your question. Next question we have is from Anil Mehta, and he says, which topic one should choose for dissertation in MSc Biotech? Okay, over to our panelists.
Yeah.
So again,
So
there is
please.
nothing like one topic we can suggest that you have to do for dissertation in
Right,
MS Biotech.
right.
But simply focus on a project that will help you to develop skills or validate the skills that you have theoretically learned, and
Mm-hmm.
application of those skills in the dissertation project. That would be very useful. And also go to a place where active research is actually happening, and therefore you can really become a part of a real life project rather than a theoretical project.
Right. I must tell and compliment our speakers and panelists of today. We conduct a lot of webinars, but today's webinar we're getting a lot of questions from diverse variety of audience, and this is rarely seen. So thanks to the audience and thanks to the panelists, we're getting a lot of good questions. One nice, interesting question is from again Mystery of Temples. Is AI and ML compulsory if we want to be successful in the biotech field?
I think AI and ML will be required even in your regular life. Forget about biotech. You need to know some AI and ML if you want to survive this world down 5 years timeline.
Yeah, we were talking that when we met, actually. Yeah, so if you want to survive in this world, you have to learn AI. Forget
Yeah.
biotech. If it is biotech, you have to learn it. All right.
I
So,
think your Ghibli art, which has taken over everyone, is
yeah,
one right example of that.
yeah, including me. You can see that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, next question we have is from Pankaj Ladwal. He says, which is highly scopic field of biotech?
Which is high scope field of biotech.
Well, subfield of biotech, which has more scope, like, marine biotechnology, green
Yeah.
biotechnology, something like that.
So, I
So,
feel it is about acquiring the right set of skills. Like I said, I mean, we have been trying to answer similar question actually previously.
Yeah.
Can you? It's in the name, but are you acquiring the right set of skills? And you're catering to uh, whatever your interest is. Are you acquiring the right set of skills for that?
Yeah, so
but having
that's
said that, I will also recommend that some of the areas do sort of employ in much higher numbers as of now. I think it looks like bio IT industry is really rapidly growing. There are a lot of requirements for people with the biology domain knowledge, with skills of some computer programming, mathematics, statistics, and data analysis. That has a lot of potential. A lot of companies need that kind of people. Pharma
right.
is another area where there are a lot of demand for people with appropriate skills in those areas. So, of course, while every area is possible, but some of the areas probably grow a little quicker,
Yeah,
and there may be immediate job opportunities there.
Right. So, our panelists, you will not believe we still have probably another 50 questions pending. If we start addressing all of them, probably it will take the entire evening today. But we don't have that much time, so we will have to conclude here. But to all our panelists, it is a request that in case you want these questions to be answered, which we could not answer, this is my email ID. Please email me with your questions, and I will be sure to fast forward it to our panelists. And if they find time, they'll definitely reply to you. Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Subramanyam sir and Priyadarshan sir, for your time, all the effort you put in to compile all that information in one single PowerPoint, talking to us today and to our audience, sharing all those deep insights from the biotech industry. And of course, to our audience, remember Chanakya University, which is itself funded by Dr. Kiran Majumdar Shaw, is coming up with amazing programs for all of you. Subramaniam sir's leadership is unmatchable in the industry. And now that he is here with his team to train you guys for biotechnology, it's a highly recommended course. You all should consider it. Check it out on Chanakya University's website. And if in case you have any questions about these courses or any other clarification you require, feel free to email me at this email ID, right? So thank you so much, sir. If you would like to conclude with 2 lines, both of you, please, over to you.
Thank you, Shekhar. It was a very nice experience interacting with you and all the audience. Certainly, audience, if you have further any more questions, as Shekhar said, please email him. I'm pretty sure that we will find some time to answer your questions, down the line. I wish all the best for all the audience and students. Do well in whatever course you are taking, and certainly try to acquire the right skills. And I'm sure that you are the future generation who will lead the biotechnology revolution. Okay,
Right.
goodbye.
Right. Priyadarshan, sir, if you would like to add something.
Yeah, I mean, I just would like to wish all the audience with in whatever endeavors they are going to take up. I wish that they acquire the right set of skills for the right moment and then flourish in their careers, and so that we can have a wonderful future ahead of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Priyadarshan, sir. So you heard there, right there, from the experts who have vast experience, more than 45 years of combined experience they have in the industry and academia. And they all said this, the way biotech industry is exploding, even Bill Gates is bullish about it. So why are you skeptical? Go ahead, pursue your career with the best university in Bengaluru, one of the best, and that is Chanakya University. All you have to do is check it out. The link is chanakya.ac.in. You can check it out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me here, and I'll be sure to help you in your career. Remember, together we can and we will make a difference. Thank you. Good night.